Kamala Harris once again dismisses a protester while addressing her views on abortion. I'll share the HD clip with you, followed by a breakdown of the key points. Plus, I'll present evidence that shows how Christians are shaping this election, which appears to be unsettling for Kamala Harris.
One of the most restrictive abortion bans in our country. In Texas, abortion is banned from the moment of conception. You know what? Just send them to that small rally down the street. It'll be fine. Some people don't have a great sense of direction, but that's okay. We'll show them the way. We'll show them the way. Because we know what's at stake and we will not be silenced. We know what's happening here in Texas.
Doctors and Well, this person does end up getting removed from the rally. He's escorted out, but there's no sign of him being physically pushed, unlike some other protesters. I saw a funny comment on one of the videos saying that if Kamala Harris keeps ejecting Christian protesters, the smaller rally she mentioned will soon have 100 million Christians in attendance.
Just send them to that small rally down the street.
Just send them all to that other gathering down the street. It seems Kamala Harris is aware of what's being said by the media and by Christians, Catholic, Protestant, and Orthodox alike, who are calling for recognition, an apology, and an acknowledgement of her actions against Christian protesters. At her last event, she even told the removed Christian protesters to join the smaller rally down the road.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
Here's something interesting that I think many people haven't realized. Christians now hold significant influence in this vote. Let me show you what I mean.
One of the things that was most alarming that I saw recently was this study that came out from Barna. Did you guys see this study that showed, maybe some people have talked about it already, I'm not sure, but 32 million church-going Christians are unlikely to vote in this election. Let me say that number again, 32 million. You know, the last election in 2020 was decided by thousands of votes, not millions of votes. This election is ours if Christians will do their duty and elect the right leadership.
Now, I'm going to share some evidence that's pretty alarming. He distinguishes his data by noting 35 million regular churchgoers. Many of us, myself included, don't attend every Sunday, but it's worth remembering that there are many Christians who aren't regularly in church. These 35 million are just the ones attending services. But think of the tens of millions more who identify as Christians and will still vote. That's a large number and could definitely impact the majority vote. Let me show you what I mean.
Finally get his great white whale. Harris versus Trump national march. And you mentioned that New York Times poll, a tie. That's actually right in the middle of the spectrum when we're talking about recent polling data. You don't have to look very far to find Donald Trump ahead nationally. He was up by 2 points in the CNBC poll, up by 3 in the Wall Street Journal poll. Very close races within the margin of error. But then the same thing on the other side, right? You have Harris up by 3 points according to Ipsos. The Say 24 YouGov poll, that's a bunch of academics, also has Harris up by 3. But the bottom line is, with the popular vote, which we really haven't focused upon, a very, very tight race, John. Fact is, Donald Trump is very much in a position he could win the popular vote, which of course is something he would absolutely love.
Now, while we know that the popular vote doesn't decide the election, the key point I want to emphasize and hopefully encourage some of you with is that Christians hold substantial influence in this vote. There are 35 million Christians in the latest data I shared who are likely not planning to vote. Add to that tens of millions more who might also skip voting. That's a huge portion of Americans not engaging. Campaigns are keenly aware of this and are highly strategic in targeting certain groups. The Trump campaign, in particular, is actively focusing on the Catholic community, and recently, RFK made a strong appeal to Christian voters in Pennsylvania to support Donald Trump.
My Catholicism provided the foundation for a lifetime of striving to perfect my personal relationship with God. Two features of Catholicism are the notions of original sin and the concept of a forgiving God. Our job is to strive to perfect ourselves through conscious contact with our Creator, knowing that in human form, we're never going to achieve perfection. We'll always slip, but each time we get to get up and strive again. The same's true for America. Even when we don't live up to our national ideals, we get to remedy our shortfalls through unified action. That hope has led me to support Donald Trump. President Trump has promised to take bold action on our economy, on the border, and on restoring children's health. The Democratic Party has become the party of war, censorship, and corruption. Catholics may disagree on many issues, but we must find a way to love our children more than we hate each other. I hope you'll join me in supporting Donald Trump.
I want to clarify something that seems to be causing confusion for many Christians. A majority of Christians may not view Donald Trump as fully embodying Christian ideologies or values. However, he has built a team around him that does resonate with those beliefs. Meanwhile, on the other side, figures like Kamala Harris and even Tim Walz, whose rarely mentioned faith beyond a single verse, seem less aligned. And now, even Barack Obama appears increasingly comfortable making light of Christian ideologies and values.
He decided, no, I'm not going to answer questions anymore. Let's just play music for half an hour. So he's standing there and he's swaying to Ave Maria and YMCA.
For those who might not know, Ave Maria is a significant song in Catholic tradition. So, when Barack Obama stands on stage and jokes about it, he's not only poking fun at the song but at the broader Catholic Church, both in the US and beyond. Granted, he may just be trying to be funny and is focused on helping the candidates win a campaign they're struggling in. While I don't personally agree with much of what he says, my point is that joking about Ave Maria reflects a broader comfort on Kamala's team with making light of Christian beliefs. So, am I surprised Kamala Harris once again removed a Christian protester from her event? Not really. What did surprise me was her return to the script, saying the protester was at the wrong rally and should go to the one down the road. Perhaps this is simply a line from her comedy writer or whoever crafts her talking points. Could this be Kamala Harris simply referencing her previous response to another protester? Possibly. But it highlights once again how she's increasingly losing support from Christian voters. It's almost as if it no longer concerns her. The recent incident at the Baptist church didn't sit well with many Christians who witnessed it. I made this video because, once again, mainstream media isn't covering it. I hope people watch, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.